Hello, everyone. It's your girl again, Tano, also known as the Queen of Dyslexia. And I know in my last two videos, I spoke to you guys about my elementary experience and my high school experience. So, in this video, I want to talk to you about my college experience. College what saved my life, and it was the best experience I've ever had. And officially, when I graduated high school in 2013, I started college in the fall of 2013, and my original plan was to not tell anybody I had a learning disability and officially not disclose that I had one to the university. But it wasn't until my first semester I started failing my remedial English class. And I want to say October was when I realized my grades were in this class were tanking. And that's when I finally met with my professor, and the professor was asking me what can he do differently, what I needed from him that was different in order to pass this class. And I finally broke down in his office and I said, I have a learning disability, I'm dyslexic. And I started crying, and he's being comforting, he's handing me tissues. And it was it was very hard, because after being treated so badly in high school, why would I want to tell somebody in college that I was different? So I officially, that was my first person that I told. So officially, he suggested that I disclose to the university and the Office of Specialized Services, which was known on my campus. It might be different for other universities and colleges, but it's pretty much the same. It's your Office of Disabilities or the Office of Specialized Services. It's called something of that nature. So to finally disclose, I had to call my high school guidance office. And on the call, my first thing I said, I do not want to talk to my high school guidance counselor. So I told the secretary to fax over my psychological evaluation from 2012 and my IEP. So I told my high school secretary to fax over that information to my college and the Office of Specialized Services. And once the Office of Specialized Services received that information, they wanted to meet with me. And upon meeting me as a student, they wanted to get to know me and how I learned best. And during that meeting with the professionals in this office, they had asked me why I didn't want to disclose as soon as I got to the university and before I started classes. So I had to explain to them that I felt like my high school guidance counselor treated me so badly, so I felt like I would be judged in college and I would be treated differently. But that wasn't the case. So they explained to me that my university was a safe place, that it doesn't matter if you learn different, you will still be successful. And to let them know, they send a letter to every professor that I had throughout my entire college career. They sent a letter saying, hey, this student is in your class. They identify with having a learning disability, and these are the services that they are entitled to, which for me was extra time on exams, modified assignments, and extra time completing papers and other assignments. And I was still so embarrassed, and I felt like I was going to scare these professors when they received this letter. So I would always email the professors, like, just to let them know as a heads up. I would say, hey, you're going to get this letter or notice from the Office of Specialized Services stating that I have a learning disability. So just to make you aware. But I didn't need to do that, because I did that because I'm thinking like these professors are going to judge me and they're probably going to be scared, because I feel like once you disclose you have a learning disability, people are automatically scared and they back off because they think you're crazy or you're different. That's what I felt like in high school. So once these professors received these notices, they would ask me privately what I would need from them in order to be successful in their classes. And they were pretty much accepting. They did not judge me. They didn't make any remarks about me not being able to make it through college. They were very accepting and they were very helpful. And I'm so thankful for them, and that's the reason why I say college saved my life. So going forward, I still had my IEP followed me, and in high school, the reason why I didn't want to disclose is because I thought it was behind me. Like, no one needs to know. I'm out of high school, but it was prevalent to my success in college that I finally disclosed. So when I did, it was not an easy thing to do, but I did it in order to pass this class. So I ended up passing with an A. I finished my first semester in college with a 3.5 GPA. I was a part of 3 National Honor Societies. I made the Dean's List, and I also was a tutor for students that had disabilities. So with this video, my hope is that I inspire some people, or anybody, college, high school graduates, anybody, that having a learning disability is not something you should be embarrassed about. It's not something you should feel like you have to hide. It's not something that, it's not going to scare your professors, because I feel like they are the most educated individuals on learning differences, learning disabilities, and particularly dyslexia. So I would say don't be embarrassed to disclose, because even though you didn't have the best middle school or high school experience, your experience in college will be so much better, because college campuses, to me, is about acceptance. And if you don't feel accepted, or if you do feel discriminated against, you can always go to the head of the department, of the professor you're having issues with. You can always go to the dean of students, or you can even kick up your concerns to the president of the university or college, and I'm pretty sure they will address your concerns, and they will address the professor that you're having an issue with. And then I feel like the proper measures will be taken, and they will act accordingly. But in college, I feel like overall, for any college or university, that you will feel more accepted. It's not something you have to hide. It's not something you have to feel like you're embarrassed about, nor is it something that you should feel like you're different, because you're not. Having a learning disability does not make you any more different than anybody else. And I know it can be embarrassing, and I know you want to feel normal, but having a learning disability is normal. More people have learning disabilities than what you would think. So I would suggest joining these clubs, like just helping each other. If you know somebody else that has a learning differences in college, and you know they need help, be an encouragement to them. So my hope is that with this video, I inspire others to not be embarrassed, to not feel like they need to hide the fact that they have a learning disability, and to let the world know who you are, that you're different, and that so that other people can learn from you. So my study tip for you, if you're in middle school, if you're in high school, or if you're high school soon to be graduate, or if you're in college, or you're a teacher that just wants to help students more with learning disabilities in your classroom, I would tell you and everybody else to instruct them to take a lot of notes. How I learned and how I got through college was taking a lot of notes and rereading those notes. I learned through repetition. I learned through reading. So taking a lot of notes and rereading them and preparing before an exam helped me a lot. I used a highlighter. I color coded my notes, so I know what notes went with what chapter. So that can be helpful as a study tip for anybody who's in school or trying to learn something different. Color code your notes. Put stickies on them. Use highlighters. Reread and reread and reread your notes in the study material that you need for that particular class, that test, or that exam. So be who you are, never be embarrassed, and disclose if you think you need the extra support. So that's what I hope this video has inspired others to do. So like I said, the Queen of Dyslexia. Like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, tell your friends, and also if you would like to book me for your next educational speaking engagement or if you just want to chat, and if you have more questions, you can always send me an email at tleaksbooking@gmail.com. So I'll see you guys next time. And always remember to keep your heads up.